Hi, welcome back to Lazy Views. Long time no see. I know I've been gone for about a week after that, just popping out videos a lot. You know, I had a lot of family matters to deal with, but hopefully, now that I'm back, we can get, more of a schedule set, cause, overall, I think that would be easiest, rather than me just like popping out videos like a madman or woman, whatever you suggest. I say madman because I don't care. Okay, and I've heard your complaints. I realized my first two videos, the quality of my voice versus the quality of like the music, I realized like my voice was really low and then the music was really loud. I am super sorry about that. I want to show you something. I did you a favor. So, I realized that my background has not been pretty. So, I started this. I got this from my friend, but I haven't been able to see her since all this COVID and personal business been going on. I painted this. That's our Christmas tree light. My friends painted me some pictures and they're up here. And yeah, and there's some more stuff behind my shirt right here. But I didn't want to make that much noise. That was my belt falling. Ta-da! I wanted you to have something pretty to look at. Yes, when you walk into my room now, it does look a little weird, but it'll be fine. No one will even notice. Okay, but without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and start. That was dangerous. This was open, and I just shook it like crazy. I am so surprised I didn't just shoot across the room. Okay, this is just a foundation brush that I purchased off Amazon. I recently cleaned them, so this one's a little bit out of shape. I just like don't mind it being ugly. But now that my primer is nice and set, my face is tacky, my eyeballs are tacky, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Never apply your foundation when it's in a little dripper straight to your face. Just apply it to the brush. And then I start mostly in the middle of my face because that's where the most focus is. And so that's where I want the most coverage. Sure, I don't get it on like that eye skin because, fun fact, you're not supposed to put foundation in here on that eye skin because it's a different kind of skin. And it reacts differently to your foundation. You should actually put just a small amount of concealer in there and then work it around. I'm getting pale. And this color is not quite fitting me anymore. But it's fine. It'll work for now. I have another color. I just already applied this one. And I'm not taking it off to just redo it. I mean I can't, but I'm not. I'm gonna step on my forehead because like people see it. It is large and in charge. I don't know like where me and my sister got our big foreheads, but like I said, they are large and in charge. Like you definitely, like their presence demand to be recognized. And like my mom's forehead's not that big and my dad's forehead's not that big. And then like I look at my forehead and I'm like, damn, Christina Ricci. What's going on up there? I'm gonna go straight in with this contour brush. I figured this works best if I just put it in just straight up on the brush. Like I don't even put it on my skin, I just put it straight up on the brush and I just like fill it in right there on the brush. How many times can I say brush? More than you want to know. I just fill it in like that. Set that down, and then I start nice and simple like this, because I don't want it like boof. So like I slowly just work it up, but I just bring it in a line going to the corner of my mouth and a little bit up the top of my big ass forehead. Yes, I like my cheekbones to have cheekbones. Like I said, cheeks cut from heaven itself. Fun fact, if you mix your bronzer contour, if you end up mixing it accidentally, because like I know it's never on purpose, but if you end up accidentally mixing it with your highlighter, it's gonna turn gray. And like there's no need to panic when that happens. Just know it's gonna happen at least once. I'm gonna come in with this, this brush is still wet from when I washed it. It's okay. Come in, oh yeah, that's the brush. I'm gonna come in with this blendy brush. I'm gonna put a little bit of my contour on the inside of it. And I'm gonna come in here and start contouring the inside of my nose, or well, not the outside, whatever this is called. I'm gonna contour it. I'm gonna make it straight and not bulbous. So I really don't like how the tip of my nose is so big, so I usually do this motion right here and make it quite a bit smaller. To a point where I like it. And then I carve back in just that little bit of button. And then while I have a small brush, go here and add just my little bit of contour and the other side of that. And I'm not gonna put any up here because I actually do have a mustache, and so I want to avoid pointing that out any more than I have to. Okay? Because that mustache is pee bad. Start adding a little bit of highlight. So I don't want to let this concealer dry, so I want to go ahead and just like do it. I want to make sure I soften up these edges, up these highlight edges. So I'm just patting those real quick, soften those up. And now, since I have my concealer out, I'm going to go ahead and add some to either side of my butt chin. And I go ahead and try to conceal the fact that I have a butt chin, because it makes me feel like Chin Chinigan from the Fairly Odd Fair. Now, whenever I do my concealer, pop it 1, 2, 3. So I go ahead and try to pull this eye up. And then same thing on the side. And make sure I blend it all out. I feel so chic right now. A blush brush. So I'm gonna start back here because that's where I want the most color. so it kind of like pulls my cheeks up and back since I have such a kind of a, you know, flat face. Get it in here, but I'm gonna pull it out here. And I'm just gonna put that and blend it in with the contour, but mostly put it over the top because you kind of want it like a and then start back here and put it on. And I put it here and here, but not here. All good. And here okay, that same brush I did my contour and my small highlighters, like, you know, my small stuff with. I'm gonna get a little bit of this translucent AirSpun powder. I'm gonna make sure I get underneath my eyes pretty good. Now, you don't want to do this too much, and it's like I'm not putting a bunch of powder in. I'm very lightly dab powder on it. I just want it to not catch any of the color I'm about to do to my eyebrows and eye. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna go ahead and do my brow. It is just makeup, but if you want a more natural look, don't fill in the front of your eyebrows. Leave that part natural. And if you don't have the front of your eyebrows, or if they're so light, go into the front and just do, or if they're like mine and they're just raggedy, just go up and do little upstrokes. I come in on this eyebrow and I do the same thing. I come in with some, like a little one. Just gonna come in here and blend it. Add a little bit of translucent powder down here. So, if you notice, I haven't done anything to my eyelids yet, and it's because I want to do like a 70s inspired look, but it's not like, oh, here we go. The first thing, I'm gonna go straight in doing the colors I want up here, which it's gonna go to match my shirt a little bit. So I'm doing this like ugly mustardy color. And this is from my Beauty Glazed Color Fusion palette. And I'm taking it and I'm adding it up in here. And all the way out here. And give myself like a little bit of an extra dimension in my eye. And that's why I went ahead and added all that concealer right here, so I could get like as much of this pigment on here as possible. And then I'm gonna go in with this brush right here, which is kind of a denser brush. I'm gonna get a bit of a burnt color. I'm gonna just bring it deeper in my crease, just because I want a very deep color in my crease. Take that yellow I've been using, make sure I blend it. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna come in with the darkest, like reddish brown color I have. I'm gonna start cutting the outside. My goal is I'm trying to leave most of this in here clear because I have deep dark plans for that. I'm gonna get a little closer so I can show you what I'm doing. I'm taking the darkest like magenta bit brown color I have, and I'm pulling it into the eye. Now I'm not worrying about much of anything going on with the lower lashes right now because I'm not dealing with that yet. Come in here, make sure my yellow is stagnant. Get my first red back. It was supposed to look like my shirt. It's not looking anything like my shirt. It's not going as planned. But when does anything ever go as planned, honestly? If things went as planned, life would be boring. And a lot of things would not be invented. Like, did you know super glue was supposed to be a new liquid bandage? And now we fix shit with it. Right there. And then the yellow we've been working with. And then last but not least, I'm gonna take a sparkly yellow, mix with a little bit of orange, mix back with a little bit of yellow to make that color. And I'm gonna just blop it in here as my highlighter. I'm gonna add concealer to this part of my eyes. Okay. So my eyeballs feel huge, but I'm not against it. Just gonna block that bad boy in real quick. Take some of that AirSpun powder, but make sure it doesn't any faster than one color at a time. I'll mess it up. So now that I'm into like this part of my eye, I really want to do something fun. I really want to do something shimmery and bright. Then I'm going to come in with my orange. I goofed. I don't even know how I goofed this bad. I like total ADHD'd. And no, it looks nothing like I was thinking about doing. So this is the final eyeshadow look. I'm gonna go ahead and go pop on my eyeliner and I'll be back. I'm not naked. I put on a shirt to match this look. And just stayed up almost 2 hours past my bedtime doing it. So I'm ready to take it off.